Death's coming for you. What's going on, my YouTuber subscribers? Hope you guys are having a great week, because Final Destination Bloodlines is finally about to arrive on the scene. What better way to celebrate it than by going down memory lane and talking about all 5 movies leading up to the new one? I'm not gonna lie, I am a fan of Final Destination. Well, the 4th one, it's not good, right? But I enjoy this franchise as a whole, because this was the movie that, one, installed a generational fear of riding behind those trucks with the logs on. Whenever you see those, you be like, Final Destination, move out the way. That franchise gave that to us, so like I said, I just wanted to do like I did for Chucky, just do all the movies, review them all. But why should I do that alone? Why? So I got my brother Rashad with me to do it, because it was one of the things I was like, hey, you want to do Final Destination with me? Why not? We like horror. And he was like, okay, but on one condition. It's got to be on your channel this time, because you always do collaborations on my channel. So you get the Halloween videos on his channel, but for Final Destination, he's on my shit. So you get to see double the faces for Final Destination. So let's just talk about the movie, starting off with Rashad's thoughts. Take it over, Rashad. Here you go.
Well, look who decided to finally invite me on the channel. Always want to come over to my shit, but don't never invite me on yours. What kind of shit is that? We're here to talk about Final Destination. So I'm just here to give my 2 cents to anybody that gives a damn. My 2 cents to the first Final Destination. We're going to be reviewing all of them up until the new one. So here we go. Traditionally, I'm always that dude that says you can't top the OG. This is not one of them situations. I haven't seen this movie since it first released. Like, I was working at Blockbuster at the time, and I rented it, I watched it, I thought it was okay. Never thought it would be a franchise, and then the rest of them happened. I'm gonna get to those in another video. But the first one, going back and watching it, how did it age? How does it, you know, especially after seeing the sequels, how does the OG stand up? How does it hold up? And the answer to that question is, aight. This movie was aight. You know, when you've seen so many great kills over the years and the other ones, this one here seems a little elementary. Like, this was, I guess you can call it the template, the blueprint, but you can still tell, like, I forgot the guy I want to say James Wan directed this, and he also directed the 3rd one, but you could tell, like, they really wasn't quite sure the exact tone they wanted to go for, because at the time, a lot of horror movies were like horror comedies, you know what I'm saying? So this one was kind of treading the line on horror comedy a little bit, but then at times it was trying to get serious. So the lead guy, I forgot his name, but I know he played the quarterback in Little Giants. He was really good in this movie, right? He really sold the fact that he saw this thing happen on this airplane, and now he's like freaked out by it. You know, he knows who's gonna die next. It's kind of making him crazy a little bit. So he did a great job. Then you had the stereotypical angry character, which a lot of these teen horror movies had. You always had to have the angry character, the pretty girl, the nerdy girl that nobody really understands, and then the lead, all right? So it has all the tropes of the horror movies from back in the day, but at times it was trying to be serious, and at times it was trying to be goofy. And I'm like, why is Stifler in this movie from American Pie? I'm like, Stifler? I forgot he was in this. He served no purpose in this movie, and Stifler looks so out of place. And so, like, he did not belong in this movie. Like, he was almost like that character that shows up in a sitcom where the sitcom's losing viewers, and they just had to have a new character in there just to kind of shake things up, but that character has no reason to be in that sitcom. That was Stifler in this movie. I'm like, he doesn't belong here. The kills, of course, were okay. Like I said, compared to the other ones, they're like really, really mild. Yeah, man. To wrap this up, because Darnell, I'm gonna get it back to you. This movie was okay. It was a good kickoff to what became the Final Destination franchise, but I would never say that this is the best one. I would probably maybe put this near the bottom, you know. But, you know, if it wasn't for this one, you wouldn't have the other one. So this is the ugly older brother that got abused by their parents, but then the parents, when they had the other siblings, they learned from the mistakes of the first child, and they straightened up and did better with the other children, you know. But that first child was the test dummy, and I can relate to that because I'm the oldest, and I'm none of my parents' favorites. Poor me. So grading this movie, I give this movie a C. Boring at spots, slow pacing. You know, a lot of times it felt like kind of off balance, like it didn't quite really know what it wanted to be all the way. Decent kills. Stifler had no reason being in this, and I give this movie a C. All right, that's it, and that's all. Darnell, back to you. Thanks for inviting me, and I'll see you in part 2, bro. Peace.
Not gonna lie, I kinda agree with Rashad's thoughts, bro. Good job. As far as my thoughts on the movie go, has it aged? This movie's like, what, 25 years old? Because the original came out in 2000, I believe. But this movie, like I said, I feel like this and the first one, it was like really like kind of like, I feel like they're the unique ones in the franchise. Because they're the ones like not only did it start it off, but it was also like, okay, I felt like the first two were more of a mystery, had more of a mystery, supernatural element to it. First two ones, especially the first one, was just really this mystery of like, okay, like, oh man, this dude got a vision and shit about the plane exploding, and then it exploded, and now his friends are getting kicked off one by death. That was an original concept way back in the day, and I like that. It was something we have not seen before. Like, no one can escape death. Death and taxes. Can't beat them. But the fact that death, I felt like what one scene that made death like a supernatural force. When my man Todd got killed, like, you know, in the bathtub and stuff, when he got strangled, and the liquid that came from the toilet just sucked itself back up. Right there, I was like, yeah, supernatural things are happening. But I'm kind of glad that didn't happen too much in the later movies, because I like it when death is more like not so much a supernatural force, but kind of just like a force that can manipulate the area around like what's happening like that. There's like a screw might come loose in the next, you know, chain of events, and then people are dead. So I appreciate the first movie just being like a original kind of like, you know, that was an original concept back in the day. Does it hold up to 2025 standards? Probably not, because this movie is very dated. But man, Devin Sawa was in the movie, and this was the movie, him and that in Idle Hands was like, that dude's going places. Those are my thoughts and Rashad's thoughts real quick on Final Destination 1. I'm going to get more in depth in the other movies because got some shit to say about that. Thanks again, big bro Rashad. Gonna see you in the next video. Hope you guys have a great rest of your week. We got Final Destination Bloodlines officially in theaters this Friday. We're going to see it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about everything Final Destination. So if that's up your alley, then stay tuned. And as always, subscribe. Until next time.